Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
What's going on, folks, and thank you for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. This is episode number 433. Number 433 on this Friday the 13th, 2017. That's rather ominous, to say the least. Anyway, 433 for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And before we get into anything else, I'd like to ask everybody to spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And folks, if you have not done so, please follow me on Twitter, all right? The Twitter name to follow is PoliticsGhost. All one word, no underscores. PoliticsGhost is the name to follow. Now, folks, it is Friday the 13th. We've got 6 days left of the goddamn Obama administration. Hopefully he just leaves and leaves peacefully. But truth be told, inside baseball, folks, there is an internal war, as I've been saying since the summer, of factions within the FBI against the CIA, the NSA, and other factions within the intelligence community. And not to mention, there are elements within the intelligence community that are working in conjunction with the FBI against the CIA and NSA subversion of this particular election. Because what we are witnessing right before our eyes, folks, is a systematic attempt by the CIA to make Donald Trump's presidency illegitimate. And this whole idea that was unraveled this week, that was contrived on 4chan's poll, in which fake news, legitimate fake news, was concocted to appear as if it was a Russian dossier and presented to members of the media, which ended up forwarding that fake news to the CIA, which validated the damn document, okay? Let's just keep that in mind, all right? I mean, 4chan's poll out-psyoped the CIA. And once it was validated by the CIA, folks, they disseminated it to the media, John McCain, and all other elements that got the document in question and ran with it. And moreover, folks, you had John McCain getting this document, believing this as well. And remember, John McCain is supposedly somebody who's getting all kinds of intelligence briefings. He's supposed to know the inside baseball about what's going on here. And even this stupid, dumb, traitorous, treasonous bastard believed it and attempted to take the Russian dossier and forward it to the FBI in an attempt to try to delegitimize or illegitimize Donald Trump's election. So what we're witnessing here, folks, is a civil war. It is a silent civil war in what the WikiLeaks folks are now calling the deep state against the Donald Trump administration. Now, what exactly is the deep state? The deep state comprises of all the intelligence communities and defense, the Pentagon bureaucracies, what people like to call the military-industrial complex. This entity of military power that stays in Washington, D.C. and watches presidents come and go, yet they remain the constant. You get what I'm saying, folks? No matter what the president, who the president is, what time in history it is, these elements within the deep state that are deep in the bureaucratic systems of the intelligence community and the defense community. These are elements that are attempting to try to thwart Donald Trump's presidency, and luckily for Donald Trump, he foresaw this some time ago and recruited elements within the military itself to offset any type of threat by the intelligence community or elements within the defense community to try to thwart or eliminate or arrest or whatever they're trying to contrive now in retaliation to Donald Trump's election. Now, I know this sounds like very freaked out cloak and dagger type stuff, but this is actually happening right now. Amidst all the hoopla that you're seeing on the mainstream media and what they're trying to agitate with their own subtle and subliminal messagery, we are witnessing right before our very eyes a civil war. That's why you're witnessing factions within the government, factions within the intelligence agencies trying to do whatever it takes to bring down Trump. And this fake news, this Russian dossier, which once again was contrived on the message board 4chan under the section poll, this was a fan fiction, folks. And if you don't know what fan fiction is, good for you, because it's sick. All right? This is a fan fiction that was put into the document that was supposed to be a Russian intelligence report. This Russian intelligence report had nothing, no elements, maybe minor elements to make it seem as if it was a legitimate document. But even WikiLeaks tweeted within 30 to 40 minutes after the releasing of these documents stating that this looks nothing like an intelligence document. It doesn't even have the protocol of an intelligence document. And yet this document, whether it fooled the CIA or the CIA deliberately used this as an attempt to plant the seeds of the narrative of Russian hacking, Russian compromise, Russian influence, Russia, as it pertains to the average everyday American person, they ran with it. Now, the reason I'm starting to believe that maybe the CIA and the factions that are within the bureaucratic system of the propaganda media, the reason I'm starting to believe that they possibly knew that this document wasn't entirely true is because they left out documents within this entire framework of documentation. They only released 35 pages via the BuzzFeed report and left out other pages which would otherwise have made this document sound ridiculous. All right? Now, I don't want to get into the whole technicality of it, folks, but just the fact that BuzzFeed and everybody else omitted documentation that would have given a discredit right off the bat to the documents itself shows that there was intent. There was intent to try to use this document to slander Trump so that it can plant the narrative within the people, within the average everyday person that's watching the boob tube and believes what these asshole talking heads are actually saying. So that's why, folks, we have to stay vigilant and we have to make sure that we take our responsibility as being the new independent media very seriously. And what I mean by that, folks, is if you have any kind of a social media account, whether you're followed by 10 people or 1,000 people or 100,000 people, we need you to disseminate the information that directly contradicts and outright exposes as lies of the mainstream media. Because if we don't do it, No one's going to do it, and the media is going to shape the narrative of the average, everyday person that really doesn't understand the complexities of what is transpiring in our political world today. So I implore you, I urge you, I beg you, get political. You're on the internet, write a blog, disseminate articles, retweet tweets, post Facebooks, go on forum posts, make videos, do whatever it takes so that people that search the internet know that there's just so much of this information available that they can't take us all down. They can't claim that we're all fake news. They can't claim that, this community that disseminates information out of truth, they can't take us all down and claim that we're all fake news. So that's why, folks, please, if you want to do anything to help the cause that is Donald Trump, the capitalist revolution, and the transformation of America back to the way it was, if not better, then we need you to disseminate this information, folks, all right? We need you to retweet tweets, post Facebook posts, even make videos, do whatever it takes. Because if we don't, the leftists are sure as hell going to do it. And they're not backing down either, folks. Did you hear that fat-ass Rosie O'Donnell? I retweeted a tweet of her yesterday calling for martial law, this fat, disgusting, greasy bull dyke. Calling for martial law in an attempt to thwart Donald Trump's presidency. I mean, that's how lunacy the left has gone at this point in time, that they would justify the unraveling of the sanctity of our country just so that they don't see somebody who hasn't even taken office yet, and in the meantime of him not taking office yet, he's brought jobs to the country, which is going to have a positive impact right away. You've got people like Michael Moore, Rosie O'Donnell, Lady Gaga, all these stupid, dumb people that are trying to utilize their celebrity to cause civil unrest. And that's why, folks, we on our side cannot let up. As a matter of fact, we may need to get a little bit more aggressive. And what I mean by a little bit more aggressive, if the left is going to be allowed to cause such civil unrest and to say such things, I would definitely like for people to start not only highlighting that, but confronting that and calling them out for what they are, nothing but violent, agitating pieces of trash. Because as I stated, folks, what's going to happen when Donald Trump takes office, and I'm calling this now, and the reason is that Donald Trump has no other choice. He is going to take the precedent that has been set forth by this administration that is leaving today, or leaving in 6 days, I should say, Barack Obama. Trump is going to take that precedent and he is going to enact executive orders in an attempt to thwart any other subversion of his administration. And to be completely honest with you, I am okay with it. All right? I am okay with it. And these executive orders could mean anything. This could mean the disassembling of the CIA. This could mean the rounding up and arresting of dissidents that attempted to facilitate civil unrest, all right, for no effing reason. These are people like celebrities, musicians, people who utilize their celebrity in an attempt to cause civil unrest, riots, criminal activity, murder. I'm talking about these leftists out here who are agitating a ill-informed and undereducated populace into destruction, property destruction, burning down buildings, burning down cars, shooting cops. I mean, Donald Trump is going to have to sign executive orders to bypass Congress because, once again, folks, Congress is not a Donald Trump fan by any means. And as a matter of fact, truth be told, a good 90% of the folks that are in Washington, D.C. today should be in jail. And the reason they should be in jail, folks, is because the majority of them have no loyalty to this country, and every law and every pork barrel spending project that they put on a goddamn amendment as the bills go from subcommittee to committee to the floors, all the things that they have done, folks, has put us in the position that we're in. $20 trillion in debt, a war, a world that's in complete civil disorder because of our foreign policy, a bureaucratic system that believes that they're above the law. I mean, I can go on and on. You know what I'm saying? I think I can go on and on. And that's all there is to it. So as far as I'm concerned, I am completely okay with Donald Trump, as soon as he takes office, taking executive action to make America great again. And one of these executive actions, as I stated, let's start putting people in effing jail. These people that think that they can just come out and cause civil unrest because of what? What? What kind of a threat was Trump throughout the whole goddamn campaign? What did he say that was so goddamn dangerous that made people believe that when this guy comes to office, for Christ's sake, we were going to be, put under some kind of goddamn Stalin-esque regime or Nazi Germany? I mean, what? He said nothing. All he said is that he wanted to bring jobs in this country, that he wanted to bring back the sovereignty of this country, to build a wall, to have an immigration reform in this country. I mean, he wanted to make America great, for Christ's sake. That was his whole message. And for these leftist, liberal, bedwetting pieces of sour grapes and want to throw the whole goddamn world to hell in a handbasket because it didn't go their way, these people need to be punished. And as far as I'm concerned, and I'm going to tell you this right now, folks, I am comprising a list. I'm comprising a list of the leftists, liberals, Democrats, and the pieces of trash that have contributed to this escalating downfall of this country here since the election has been won by Donald Trump. And that includes celebrities, politicians, morons, I don't care who it is, anybody who has any kind of celebrity voice, anybody, I'm putting them on this list as a justified party to be picked up and arrested. And I am going to forward this to every person within the Donald Trump administration security apparatus, and I am going to insist that these people be rounded the hell up. All right? Let me tell you something. I have been radical in my approach and been radical in my speech, but I have never, ever called for civil unrest in the history of this broadcast. If anything, I have been so concerned here recently, and especially in 2016, I have made a call to the military that if for whatever reason this civilian government goes against the will of the American people, and if for whatever reason this civilian government wants to instigate a world war for the sake of them sustaining power, that somebody within the damn military needs to assume command, take control of Washington, D.C., arrest the politicians, and put the damn government into a holding pattern so that we can, as a country, re-elect a new government that has at least a slight bit of integrity than these goddamn scumbags in Washington today.
Calling the beautifully redesigned 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA simply a four-door coupe is like describing a world-class athlete as just a good runner. With its sleek profile and powerful turbocharged engine, the CLA offers agility and design that are unmatched in its class, and it's available now at an exceptional price. Why drive any four-door coupe when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA? Visit mbusa.com/CLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
And I'm not joking. I have never called for any kind of civil unrest. Every time since 2008, every time that I've been opposed to whatever politically, I have talked about rising up, going to the polls. I've been talking about rising up, going out there on the streets, talking to people. I've been talking about going out and amplifying a message all across the internets this is what I've always advocated. Never have I ever said that we need to overthrow somebody or that we need to make sure that martial law happens so that a goddamn president can be removed. I have never said anything of the sort. And for these people, all right, and let me tell you, I've never said anything of the sort, and yet I'm still being visited by freaking Department of Homeland Security, okay? Let's just keep that in mind, okay? First and foremost. Secondly, these these freaking celebrities and all these other morons, they seem to have a carte blanche card to be able to call for Donald Trump's assassination, call for martial law, call for civil unrest, call for shooting cops, call for absolute ridiculous belligerent violence, and nothing happens to these people. Absolutely nothing happens to these people. And let me tell you, something needs to happen. Something needs to happen to these people, and in my opinion, they need to be thrown in jail. Now, how long they're thrown in jail, I don't know. I don't care. As far as I'm concerned, I want to make America great again. I want capitalist society to flourish in this country, and an element of capitalism is that the rule of law is important, because without the rule of law, no one can prosper. Without civility, no one can prosper. No one can be safe. No one can properly protect their property. And that's what I want to go back to, folks. I mean, good God. I mean, I'm not trying to say that nobody can be in opposition of Donald Trump, but when you're calling for the dissolution of this country because your candidate didn't win, you should be thrown in prison, man. You should be thrown in jail. I'm not even joking around. So anyway, I know I'm going off keister here early in the broadcast about politics, but I am assuring you this. I am making a goddamn list, and I'm going to release it on the internet. I'm going to send it to Trump and every one of his security apparatuses and suggest to them that these people should be rounded up and then thrown in prison. And then once we start rounding up these morons who attempted to utilize their celebrity and popularity in an attempt to cause civil unrest, that's when people are going to be like, well, I'm going to talk about the issues just instead. Instead of calling for civil unrest, instead of calling for martial law, you know what? I'm going to talk about the issues now, okay? It's about the issues. That's what it should be about all the time, you dumb jerk-offs. So once again, Obama, remember, I want you all to remember this. Obama set this precedent that Donald Trump is going to use in his presidency of executive order to bypass this ridiculous, pathetic Congress that doesn't want to do anything but fatten their pockets with campaign contribution accounts and, of course, put pork barrel projects on amendments as they go through subcommittee, committee, and onto the House floor. It's ridiculous. So that's why I'm saying, folks, I am okay with executive orders being signed by Donald Trump. I am okay with Donald Trump rounding up people like Michael Moore and, Lady Gaga and Rosie O'Donnell and Beyonce Knowles and everybody else who's out here throwing flame on the fire that is agitating a hyper-sensationalized, underinformed populace into going out there and killing cops, causing civil disobedience. I mean, you know how many cops have been dead here? Why don't you do a search right now how many cops have been killed execution style within the past 3 months? Just go take a look for yourself. And you don't think that's somehow been agitated by the folks that I had just mentioned? I mean, I'm even talking about some of these talking heads on CNN. I'm talking about some of these morons that have basically lightened the concept of shooting a police officer, who have just delicately and through subtlety said, oh, it's okay, it's justified because racism. We need to arrest these people, folks. I'm not joking around. I've been approached by, officials from the government because of what I say on this broadcast, and I doubt that none of these idiots who have threatened Trump's life, who have called for civil unrest, who have called for martial law, I doubt any of these folks have been visited by anybody. So as far as I'm concerned, each and every one, I'm going to put on a list, and these people should be arrested without question. They should be just rounded up and put into a goddamn cage with one another so that they can talk to each other and say, well, maybe life wasn't really that bad. Maybe we shouldn't have utilized our celebrity and had our egos go to our head in that we thought that we could actually use our celebrity to cause civil unrest as if we were Maoists, as if we were trying to cause like a cultural revolution. I'm serious, man. I am not against that one bit. And I am not saying that no one can oppose Trump. But let's go back to the framework in which if we oppose each other, then we debate each other. We put each other on a forum. We have the internet at this point in time. We could give each other a debating forum so that the public can listen, so that those that listen to debate, and that's the beautiful part about a good debate, those that listen can make a judgment call based upon the facts, based upon the arguments that are being put forth by both sides. And that's what really creates the system that we had at one time. It's not about debating anymore. These people now want to They want to kill cops. They want to cause civil unrest. They want to use their celebrity to, agitate violence. And I believe they're justified in going to prison as far as I'm concerned. And let me tell you, if Donald Trump doesn't want to do it, I think that the American people that love this country are within their moral, ethical, and legal right to go and make a citizen's arrest on the people that I'm going to throw down on this list at any point in time. Because let me tell you something right now. If civil unrest does happen, and it's because of these dumbass celebrities, everything that you own, everything that you know, everything that is your life is going to cease to exist in the matter of a split second when everybody's going out pillaging, robbing, raping, you name it, man. And where are these celebrities going to be, the ones that agitated this? Where are they going to be? They're going to be in their mansions. They're going to be in underground bunkers, for Christ's sake, man. They think that they're above this crap. And I'm here to tell you, celebrities, you are not above this, and I will make sure that nobody forgets this. So I'm putting a warning out to each and every one of you dumbasses that are celebrities and that are, social media stars and all these people that are attempting to facilitate violence and trying to cause civil unrest. I'm putting you on notice. I'm going to put your asses on a list. I'm going to send it to Donald Trump, and God willing, Donald Trump heeds my warning and detains you idiots, and at the very least, puts you under intense interrogation to understand what the hell is wrong with you dumbass people. At the very least, put you under an interrogation and say, what is your major malfunction, numbnuts? Anyway, listen, I know this is supposed to be a baller Friday. It's Friday the 13th. Obviously, Friday the 13th is rubbing me off the wrong way. It's this damn administration. It's Obama. It's the bureaucrats in Washington. It's the CIA. It's the way this whole country is finally starting to unravel into the corrupt bureaucratic system that it truly is. And I'm sorry if I'm going off keister, folks, but let me tell you, I love this country. I love the way what it used to be. But the way we're going now, we're going to need a drastic, strong arm and a strong hand so that we can eliminate the problems that we have at this point in time that are not going to stop being problems unless there's discipline implemented on their asses. And listen to me, I'm not agitating violence. I'm agitating rounding these people up and arresting them. And at least they'll be under intense interrogation for some period of time. That will be documented for the state. That will be documented for the public. Because remember, this is a government made for the people and by the people. And just because the state interrogates and documents doesn't mean that that documentation is exclusive to them. It's ours. It belongs to us, the people, the taxpayer, The people that fund these little people. I mean, do you understand? If you pay taxes, we own these little people in Washington. They're ours. They belong to us. But we have to assert our authority as the people. And right now, I am asserting my authority as an American citizen that cares about this country, that voted for Donald Trump, that is a Trump supporter and staunch Trump supporter, did whatever it took to get this man elected. And I'll be damned if these elements within the government, these people within celebrity are going to stop us. All right? This is a capitalist revolution, and I'll be damned if they're going to stop us. So as far as I'm concerned, this list that I'm comprising here, it is going to be a list of people that like I said, not oppose Trump, that attempted to facilitate and cause civil unrest, period. Or that threatened Trump's life, or something to that capacity. Because the last thing we need, folks, is to go into civil unrest, and I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So anyway, folks, with that being said, I'm sorry for going off keister here. I'm just going to go ahead and skim through the markets today. Now, let me get to the markets. Now, the markets right now, folks, this is not a buyer's market. If you take a look at the pre-market for the past several days, there has been an absolute lack of volume in this market, which means there's not too many shares being traded. And if there's not that many shares being traded, that means there's nobody buying. And when there's nobody buying in the market, that decreases those dips and waves of volatility because, I mean, let's be honest. As I stated yesterday, when you gain liquidity through pattern trading or day trading, that money that you make doesn't miraculously come from the sky. It comes from other buyers who purchased the stock at those high prices for which you sold the stock or which the stock has been sold. And when you don't have buyers buying in a market, it's very difficult to get these big dips and big waves so that you can somehow gain some liquidity through those particular times within the trading session. And when you have low volume across the board in all indexes, as far as I'm concerned, that is a serious precursor for a potential crash at any point in time. Now, the only reason we didn't see the crash going down today was because we had financial institutions come out with their earnings today. Bank of America said that their profits are up 40-something%. Now, of course, Bank of America's profits are up 40%. They charge $14 to have a goddamn account per month with these sons of bitches. And on top of that, I've been noticing Bank of America has been closing down branches. They've been closing down ATMs. I mean, so they're cutting costs. So when they talk about they have, increased revenues by 40%, that's fool's gold, folks. Excuse me. So that's why I'm saying that obviously puts some enthusiastic wind in the sail of the investment community. J.P. Morgan, a couple of other financial institutions and their decent earnings caused a lot of the upswing after the initial downswing of the beginning of the trading session. So this is what really kind of made it topsy-turvy today, kind of helter-skelter, was the fact that you had these earnings from the financial institutions. But even with those, I mean, it didn't really close out fairly well today. It was very flat. And the reason it's flat, folks, is we don't have buyers in this market. When people aren't buying in the market, when there's low volume in the market, anything could trigger a sell-off because there's more people selling than buying. I mean, there's nobody buying right now, so something could, trigger a sell-off. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, these financial institutions as a whole didn't really fare very well in their earnings for the fourth quarter. Well, we would have seen this trigger a major contraction today. But fortunately enough, we had most of the financial institutions, with the exception of Wells Fargo and I think another one, which pretty much did pretty well today, and that's what kind of fueled the optimism in today's market, and that's why you saw it go from negative to positive to flat. So let's go ahead and get to the Dow Jones Industrial, shall we? Now, even though we saw plus side in the Dow Jones Industrial midday to late day, it closed down on the negative. It is down today 5.27 points, a percentage decrease of 0.03%, closing out the Dow Jones Industrials at 19,885.73 points for the Dow Jones Industrials, all right? Pretty weird. I'm telling you, that's why I said topsy-turvy day for the markets. And to be honest with you, I've been taking the past couple of days off of pattern trading because when there's no activity, when there's no volume, there's no need to even attempt to try to day trade because you could be caught holding the bag. You know, because of the lack of volume, because of the lack of buyers, some bad news happens, Trump speaks, something happens, and then before you know it, when you think that you're holding a goddamn stock for a second so that you could potentially get some upswing on liquidity and something bad happens, you could be holding the bag, and before you know it, 10, 20 cents a share basically goes down, and you're taking a hit. And I don't like taking hits. It's better just to take the day off and have all your money than attempt to try to do something and as a result, just lose money is what I'm saying. Anyway, folks, let's continue on. All right, we've got the S&P 500 closing. It's on the upside, but modestly today. S&P is up 4.20 points, a percentage increase of 0.18%. Closing out the S&P at 2,274.64 points for the S&P 500. We've got the NASDAQ. It is up today 26.63 points, a percentage increase of 0.48%, closing out the NASDAQ at 5,574.12 points for the NASDAQ composite. I mean, just based on the closeout session point percentages and stuff, I can definitely tell that this is calm before the storm. And this is eerily looking similar to 2008, 2009. Also, the 1999 crash, which I was very much aware of and I witnessed firsthand. So I am waiting till about February or March to start seeing the brunt end of whatever contraction is to come. And lest we forget, folks, there's a lot of factors to take into consideration on what could cause the next contraction. One of which is the interest rate hikes that are scheduled for 2017. 4 different interest rate hikes scheduled for 2017, 4 different rate hikes scheduled for 2017. And that could trigger a market contraction. We're still waiting on more fourth quarter earnings. We need jobs report, economic data. You see if all the jobs that were created in December are not just ridiculous part-time seasonal work, or they're actually staying on the job. I mean, these are factors that are going to come in that are going to weigh down or weigh up the market. In my personal opinion, I think it's going to weigh down the market. Now, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to commodities, shall we? Now, commodities, once again, was taking a weird turn. It was up today, it was down today, and that had a lot to do with the dollar fluctuation. You know, remember, we've been hitting all-time highs, or at least 14-year highs in the dollar, and, because of that, you're having a lot of volatility in the dollar and the currency markets, and that's kind of affecting the commodities markets in general. So let's go ahead and get to the commodities, shall we? We've got WTI sweet crude down today, 49 cents. A percentage decrease of 0.92%, closing out WTI sweet crude at $52.52 per barrel of WTI sweet crude. We've got Brent crude oil down today, folks, 40 cents, a percentage decrease of 0.71% decrease on the day, closing out Brent crude at $55.61 per barrel of Brent crude oil. Gasoline up very modestly today. Gasoline is up 0.12% increase on the day. Natural gas, folks, up modestly compared to its, feast or famine, the feast or famine situation that we typically find in this commodity. It is up 1.06% increase on the day. Heating oil down today, 1.17% decrease on the day for heating oil. Good God. Let's go ahead and get to the metals, shall we? The metals! Let's get to the goddamn metals! We've got gold today down. Even though we saw it increase for whatever reason, it is down today $2.50, a percentage decrease of 0.21%, closing out gold at $1,197.30 per troy ounce of gold. We've got silver up a penny. It is up a penny, a percentage increase of 0.06%, closing out silver at $16.84 per troy ounce of silver. Copper continues to see its increases throughout the week, folks. Copper is up today. It is up 1.27% increase on the day for copper. Platinum is also up today, 0.75% increase on the day for platinum. Let's go ahead and get to the agricultural commodities, shall we? Let's get to grains. Corn up modestly today, 0.07% increase on the day for corn. Wheat is down very modestly. It is down 0.06% decrease on the day. Oats, good God with oats, it is up 2.86% increase on the day for oats. We've got rough rice down modestly, well, a little bit more than modestly. It is down 0.80% decrease on the day for rough rice. Soybean is up today, 0.58% increase on the day for soybean. Soybean oil down today, 1.30% decrease on the day for soybean oil. And canola is down 0.44%. Let's go ahead and get to the soft, shall we? We've got cocoa, which of course is the base for chocolate. It is seeing some pullback after seeing 3+% increase yesterday. It is down today, 0.76% decrease on the day for cocoa. Coffee is down today, 0.20% decrease on the day for coffee. Sugar is down today, 1.16% decrease on the day for sugar. Orange juice is also down today, 0.73%. You see all this red, folks? You see all this decreasing out here? I'm telling you, it's the fluctuation of the dollar. It's the fluctuation of the dollar. Remember, when the dollar increases in value, these damn things are supposed to drop. The prices are supposed to drop. The only ones that aren't going to drop with an increased value dollar, or with an increased dollar value, is the commodities that have legitimate scarcity because of production or processing problems. Okay? Let's continue going here. We've got lumber up today, 1.99% increase on the day. Rubber continues to go down. It is down today, 1.50% decrease on the day for rubber. And ethanol is up very modestly today. It is up 0.07% increase on the day for ethanol. Let's get to livestock, folks. Now, we see some modest pickup in live cattle. Live cattle is up 0.89% increase on the day for live cattle. Cattle feeder, ironically, is up today, even though we're seeing some decreases in the majority of the grains that comprise cattle feeder. Cattle feeder is up today, 1.21% increase on the day for cattle feeder. And lean hog, folks, is starting to take a slight decrease after riding high for months, just to say the damn least. Lean hogs are down today, 0.53% decrease on the day for lean hogs. And let's go ahead and get to that Bitcoin price that has been fluctuating all over the place. We saw it, what was it? It's 700 and change two days ago. Yesterday was about 800 and change. Today, the current price of Bitcoin as we see it right now is $829.72 per Bitcoin, and that's U.S. dollars. From what I understand right now, in India, the Bitcoin is worth, I think, 1,200 Indian dollars. I think it's a rupee. I forgot what the freaking currency is. Remember, India just got rid of their currency. They are now a cashless society, so everything is digitized. And now that India kind of opened up that genie of the bottle there, now you've got Indians actually looking towards Bitcoin as a legitimate alternative. You know what I mean? A legitimate alternative. Now, before I move on, somebody asked me, does the market affect Bitcoin prices? Absolutely. Because if we see an increased value in the dollar, then Bitcoin should go down in value itself. Because much like gold, Bitcoin is a hedge against any potential decrease in the value of the dollar. Because, you don't want to hold on to something, especially a dollar bill that's going to decrease in value. All right? So, as a result, you want to put your cash or your capital into something so that just in case a currency goes down in value, you have it in Bitcoin. You still have the value going down in the dollar value, but the Bitcoin value goes up in value because the dollar goes down in value. Does that make sense? I mean, we've been seeing 14-year highs in the value of the dollar. And let's just say for whatever reason Trump does something or the Congress does something and it just kind of shakes the certainty of the dollar and people start selling off. Well, when people start selling off and the value of the dollar goes down, that's what's going to increase the value of Bitcoin. That's what's going to increase the value of gold. That's what's going to increase the value of general commodities. So if you're asking, does the market affect Bitcoin? Yes. It affects it based on the value of the dollar of that particular day. Anyway, folks, that, my friends, is the markets for your ass. Anyway, folks, it's a baller Friday, Friday the 13th. And for you folks that are unaware what Friday the 13th is and why it was a bad luck day, it is the day that the monarchs betrayed the Knights of Templar and basically executed them and burned them and so on and so forth. So if you're ever asking yourself, why exactly is Friday the 13th such a bad day? It is the death of the Knights of Templar. Look it up for yourself. I don't want to go through a history lesson on the Knights of Templar, but they were the first capitalist in feudal society, and they were a threat to the monarch itself, so that's why the monarch killed them and, so on and so forth. Anyway, with that being said, it's a baller Friday. I'm excited. Let me go ahead and get my drink here. I've got some scotch, of course, baby. It's Baller Friday. And once again, for you folks that are new to the broadcast, we're getting a lot of new listeners. Baller Friday is that time of the week in which a capitalist looks back on his week's success, on his week's earnings, on his week's, or her, either her, I don't want to sound sexist, but his or her earnings, his or her labor, his or her cash. I mean, they bask on the success. I mean, that's what Baller Friday is about. It's about a capitalist basking on their weeks of success. So with that being said, I want to say happy Baller Friday, first and foremost, to the inner circle. What's going on? I want to say happy Baller Friday to the rest of the capitalist army, the Trump train, and, of course, the man that has manifested the capitalist revolution in modern-day history. I'm talking about Donald Trump. I want to say cheers, baby, cheers. Happy Baller Friday. Cheers, baby, cheers. Oh, man, that's some good stuff, man. Good stuff. Anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and get to some Twitter shout-outs, shall we? And for you folks that are unaware, all we're going to do right now is give people a shout-out that retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account. And the tweet to retweet is True Capitalist Radio Live. That's right, folks. True Capitalist Radio Live. If you retweet that tweet, I will give you a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast here and now. Hey, engineer, do we have any Twitter shout-outs to be had? All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to some Twitter shout-outs. right now. All right, what's going on to Snow White? How you doing, man? It's good to see you. We got Smiler in the house, the Brody Network, Veteran Capitalist. What's going on to Veteran Capitalist? Who else do we got here? We've got, I'm not going to say that disgusting name, Sell Lazy Town merch. Lazy Town's a freaky little kids program. I can't believe that crap is still even being replayed on the air. We got Ann and the Wizard in the house. We got, I'm not saying these disgusting names. We've got Taco Capitalist. We've got the Green Leader in the place. What's going on to Silent Capitalist? We've got the Big McLarge Huge. The Big McLarge Huge, okay. We've got Super Smash, Ed Plus, CDI Fan 237. Once again, folks, you want a Twitter shout-out, all you got to do is give me a retweet on my first tweet on my Twitter account. And, of course, the Twitter account is Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores, boy. Politics Ghost. Anyway, we got ND Juicy. What's going on? We got Cuck Lives Matter. What's going on, Cuck? We've got Blake in the house. We've got, I'm not saying that disgusting name. Who else do we got? We got Matt McKingfish. Mac McKingfish. We've got Zyklon Biff. We got Exara Hawks. We got, I'm not going to say that disgusting. You people are getting sick with these names. We got Latvian Capitalist. What's going on, Latvian Capitalist? We've got the Knights of Ghostler. The Knights of Ghostler. Who else do we have here? We've got the Knights of Templeton. Jesus. Look, let's stop this crap, all right? We got Jizzmaster 3000. We got Jason Voorhees. As a matter of fact, I feel like watching some Friday the 13th on Friday the 13th. Is that cliche? Huh? I mean, I feel like watching some Friday the 13th on some Friday the 13th. You know what I mean? I want to feel the spirit of Crystal Lake right now. You know what I'm talking about here? Anyway, we got the 727 caller in the house. We got Trumpet Capitalist. What's going on? We got Brandon in the place. Ghost Sweat Jar. Ghost Sweat Jar. Who the hell would do such a thing, man? Collecting their sweat in jars? Just thinking about that makes me want to puke. We got AL the Game Freak in the house. Fast food trolls are old. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. We got the Lost Brony. We got NRJ Commando in the house. We got the Bass Lord. What's going on, man? We got the Neon Knight in the house. Lou Reed, crap guitarist. Well, he may have been a crap guitarist. He was kind of a decent songwriter. Kind of a freak show, but decent songwriter. We got Supa in the place. What's going on? There's DJ Boyfriends. We got Boats Friday Payday. Hey, Boat Man, I'm glad that you took my suggestion that this morning when you asked what you should buy for Baller Friday. This man went out and bought himself some Canadian Crown Royal, baby. Anyway, I hope you're having a good time, Boat. Cheers, baby, cheers. Who else do we have here? We got, Jesus Christ, correct the record. That's great. That's just great. We got Sneak Man in the house. Who else do we have going on here, for Christ's sake? Once again, retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account, and I will give you a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast, right here and now. The tweet to retweet, of course, is True Capitalist Radio Live.
Calling the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA simply a compact SUV is like describing a cathedral as just 4 walls and a ceiling. The GLA is both a beautiful work of design and one of the most functional SUVs in its class, and it's available at an exceptional price. Why drive any compact SUV when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA? Visit mbusa.com/GLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
We've got Tweely Atkins in the place. We've got Ghost Plays The Sims. I don't play The Sims. Are you kidding me? I don't play The Sims. The Sims are for losers, man. I play real life. That's what I play. And you know what the scoreboard is? All my assets in my bank account, baby. You understand? Look at the scoreboard, baby. Look at that bank account, baby. Yeah! Baller Friday! Woo! Anyway, we got 2-ton tuna in the place. We got Trump Skull. Oh, shut up. I'm not even going to say that name. Shut up. Ghost's Bizarre Adventures. What the hell are you talking about, Ghost's Bizarre Adventures? Making me sound like Pee Wee Herman or something. Anyway, who else do we got here? Once again, retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account. We're going to take some more tweets or Twitter shout-outs. These things are getting pretty sick, though. I'll tell you that right now. We've got, there's the Horror Master. Oh, yes, I am the Horror Master. Oh, yes. We got Gabe the 13th, Sergeant Yoda in the place. And by the way, for the folks that are waiting for their ghosties, they will be sent out this weekend. All right? So everybody who gave yours truly the address, or you've already purchased something and I already know your address, you're going to be sent out the ghosties this weekend. It is a badass certificate stating that you won whatever given category for 2016 ghosties. And congrats to all those that were honorably mentioned and actually won. All right? Great time. What a New Year's Eve. More memories in the corner of my mind. Anyway, let's continue going here. We got Ryoshock in the place. Who else do we have here? We got, I'm not saying that name. We got Comrade Choco. Get the hell out of here. We got BJ's for a cabinet position. Shut up with that crap, man. There's the Teutonic Plague. I haven't seen him in a minute. What's going on with the Teutonic Plague? We got Caleb the Capitalist. We've got Chupa Chew. What's going on to Chupa Chew? Who else we have here? We got 50 weeks of number 9. Shut up with the stupid, dumb, ridiculous fast food order troll. I'm tired of it. Yeah, I like to number 9, the number 9 Lord. I'm sick of that stupid troll. Shut it up. And let me tell you, just as I ended the broadcast early yesterday, I'll end it earlier today. I mean, it's Friday. It's a Baller Friday, man. I don't have to be here, man. I mean, I could be going out right now, Miller time, baby. I mean, do you understand? I broadcast during happy hour. You know what I'm saying? So I'm missing out. I'm missing out to broadcast to you people, so have a little bit of respect, to say the goddamn least. I mean, I'm broadcasting during happy hour. You know, I actually have people that listen to this broadcast via their Bluetooth while they're sitting back having a few at happy hour. And you know what, boy? I don't blame them, man. I don't blame them. We got J.B. Scott in the place. Cam the man in the house. What's going on? We got Mrs. Amy Daly. Hey, what's going on? I hope you're having a speedy recovery. Good to see you. How you doing? Same with Man Bear Pig Joe. Hope you're having a speedy recovery as well, man. Who else do we have here? We've got Trump took a WikiLeaks. Trump took a... you son of a... Jesus Christ! Trump took a WikiLeaks. What an asshole. You know that? Whoever did that, you know what? You're a grade A asshole for saying something of that nature. That report was fake. It was contrived on 4chan. It was contrived on Poll. Oh, yeah, speaking of... Give me the mic. Speaking of which, folks, we are having... I just completely forgot about that because it's still happening, the recount for the Ghosties Best Chat Room. That's actually what's holding up the Ghosties from being mailed out. We have had a recount in the Ghosties Best Chat Room category, and it has been paid for by Jill Stein. She put up the $500,000 necessary. We may have to hit her up for another $500,000 because there's some hanging chads involved, And we may have to get some hanging Chad experts for another 500,000. So we're in the midst right now of recounting those votes. So please bear with us, and we shall see here within, hopefully by Saturday or Sunday, we know exactly who is the clear winner of who is the best chat room of the year for Ghosties 2016. Anyway, let's continue going here. TCR Twitch when? What do you mean TCR Twitch when? What the hell does that mean? I'm not some gamer. What do you want to play a goddamn video game and talk over it like these dumbass pootie pie jerk dicks and Markiplier's? Give me a break, man. I would never do that, man. I mean, that's just stupid. Anyway, we got Dr. Bristol in the house. We got Dante the Traveler. We've got Trump's Russian water. Oh, shut up. Shut up. Trump's right. Look, listen. That report was fake. Do you understand me? The whole Russian dossier, all that freaking golden showers crap was fake. It was bogus. It was a hoax. It was contrived on 4chan. They out-psy-op the freaking CIA, for Christ's sake. Get it through your goddamn head. Give me the mic. Get it through your goddamn head. Anyway, folks, we are now in the second hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we get started on anything else, I'd like for everybody to please bookmark or add to your favorites the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. All right, folks? And once again, if you have not followed me on Twitter, go ahead and do so right now. The Twitter name to follow is PoliticsGhost. All one word, no underscores. PoliticsGhost is the name to follow, all right? Now, I'm going to continue going on here with these Twitter shout-outs, but I can tell you, if I hear any more of these dumbass Twitter shout-out names that are going to attempt to harsh my mellow on this Bowler Friday, I'm cutting off this goddamn Twitter shout-out session, all right? Because I don't need to be made to look ridiculous, all right? I'm a man that can't be made to look ridiculous. Anyway, who else do we have here? We got Tweely for Prison 2017. Jeez, what the hell that mean? We've got Bash TCA. What's going on? Who else we got here? A Ghost on the Bad Goyim list. What the hell does that mean? On the Bad Goyim list? Shut up your ass. We got Candy Horseapple. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. We've got Scarlet Moon in the house, for Christ's sake. Trump's urinal cake. You know what? That's it. Shut up! Why don't you just shut up? Look, that's it. You know what? I'm not letting you idiots harsh my mellow on a damn Baller Friday. Do you understand that? Y'all have been ruining my goddamn week, man. So I refuse to sit here and continue to do any Twitter shout-outs so that you can get your goddamn stupid troll terrorist rocks off. And I'm telling you this right now. I will end this broadcast early. I do not necessarily need to be here. I don't need to be here. Do you understand me? I don't need to be here. Give me the freaking mic. Give me the mic. Listen to me. I'm not joking around, okay? Listen. Here in the next couple of minutes, I'm going to open up the goddamn phone lines on this free format edition of Baller Friday, and I'm telling you this right now. If you idiots piss me off today, I am out of here. I am out. I am out. And I don't care how how much time's left on the broadcast. I deserve respect. And let me tell you something. If I end the broadcast early today, I might even take Martin Luther the King Day off. How about that? You're damn right. In this day and age of everybody feeling like they're women, men, eunuchs, pansexuals, black, white, Chinaman, whatever, I think on Monday I'm going to be a trans black on Monday. I'm going to be a trans black on Monday, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to celebrate Martin Luther the King Day. That's right. I'm going to celebrate Martin Luther the King Day and may not even show up to the broadcast. I may not even show up to the goddamn broadcast on Martin Luther the King Day because I feel like I'm going to be black on that day. Huh? I mean, just like Talcum X over there. What's his name? Sean King, Talcum X. You know how he thinks he's black, you know? I mean, even though he's whiter than white, for Christ's sake. I mean, this guy's whiter than David Duke, and this guy's trying to claim that he's a freaking black guy. Get the hell out of here! So as far as I'm concerned, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be a black guy on Monday, and I'm gonna go ahead and celebrate Martin Luther the King Day. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pretend I'm black and not show up for work. That's what I'm doing. Yeah! I'm gonna pretend I'm black on Monday and not even show up for work. Hey man, I'm just joking. All right, hey, let's get it. I was only kidding. Anyway, folks, this is a Baller Friday, obviously, a free format edition. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the phone lines here. Give me a call right now at 563-999-3791, and when I call on you, your area code, we're going to talk about anything you want to discuss, all right? And make sure that you actually have something to discuss and not necessarily just sit there like a stumbling, mumbling little jerk, okay? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to talk here for another couple of minutes. And for all the people that are on hold and all the people that are calling up, when I call on you, have something to say. Have a question to ask. Have something to discuss, for Christ's sake. Something to discuss. So anyway, with that being said, folks, even if you have to write the son of a bitch down, all right? I want you, when I call on your area code, to talk with confidence and talk as if the ideas and the sentences that you're conjuring up out of your simplistic head sound natural. Sound natural. Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and open up the phone lines on this Baller Friday, Friday the 13th edition. Let's go ahead and take some callers. We're going to discuss anything you want to discuss. Just give me a call, 563-999-3791. Do we got any callers there, engineer? All right. Well, we're going to open up the phone lines right now. And as I said, please don't be a milky licker, all right? Please don't be a damn stumbling, mumbling little jerk dick. And please, for God's sake, do not be a Helen Keller deaf mute, all right? So let's go ahead and take some callers here. How about area code 618? You're on the horn on this Baller Friday.
Hey, is that me?
Yeah, it's you. How's it going?
Hey, I got a question for you. Have you been following the James Comey being investigated by the DOJ?
Yes, I am. As a matter of fact, I talked about it yesterday. They're being investigated by a supposed offshoot wing of the Department of Justice that's not directly related, supposedly, to Loretta Lynch.
Well, my question is, what do you think the possibility is that they, during their investigation, find that the information that they leaked about the supposed Russian hackings, that they'll find collusion with the FBI and the CIA producing false information to target and make certain allegations towards Trump.
Well, I don't think that it will come out. I think that what they're trying to do here is give plausible deniability and put all the blame on Comey itself. If there happens to be any kind of prosecution in a Trump administration, I think that they're going to put it all on Comey's lap. And that's why they put the decision on him, which is an unprecedented situation. I mean, the top cop, Attorney General, leaving the decision to prosecute to the head of the FBI. I mean, that is unprecedented. And, of course, the reason that she had to do that was because she met on the tarmac with Bill Clinton in that infamous meeting, for Christ's sake, that infamous secret meeting for 90 minutes. So, in my opinion, I think that they're trying to gain a little bit of plausible deniability if there happens to be any kind of lawsuit or any kind of criminal proceeding as it pertains to their involvement with not just this particular case, but in a variety of different cases. I'm talking maybe Fast and Furious. I mean, you name it. You run the gambit. I mean, especially now, what Loretta Lynch is trying to do here with the Chicago situation. I mean, 6 days away from the goddamn new president from being sworn in, and she decides to have a press conference about police brutality in Chicago. In Chicago! I mean, Chirac, where people are being killed in mass quantities out here, and this disgusting, despicable, useless human being has the audacity to sit here and talk about police brutality in Chicago. So, in my opinion, I personally believe it's a scapegoat. It's much to do about nothing. It's something as it pertains to the plausible deniability aspect for any future litigation pertaining to the actors involved. What do you think? Do you think I may be reading too much into that?
I was thinking that they're doing it just to put the heat off them, as well as increase public confidence on their internal doings. Like they actually give a shit about what's going on within that organization.
So what do you think would be the end goal then, if they find that there was impropriety as it relates to the handling of James Comey and the Clinton email scandal? I mean, what really, I hate to sound like Hillary Rotten Clinton, but what difference at this point does it make?
I think if they do that, it gives credibility to the other organizations. Like the information that they're producing is actually valid, as opposed to the collusion of all three, meaning that they are producing products that aren't to be taken seriously. So I think they're, like you said, putting it all on him as a scapegoat to lend credibility to the other organizations.
And that's a good point, man. And, hey, thank you very much for bringing that up. I personally believe that the reason the DOJ is going after Comey is to, basically put it all on him. Hey, it's Comey's decision. Typical bureaucrats. I mean, if I was Comey, I would have just stepped down. I wouldn't have even I would have said, look, I'm recusing myself. I'm not going to sit here and be a puppet for this unprecedented action by the Department of Justice. All right, I'm not going to do it. But instead, Comey did it, and not only did he do it, that disgusting, despicable bureaucratic testimony that he gave in front of the, I forgot which committee it was, but it was a Senate committee headed by Chafis. I cannot believe that bureaucratic sideshow of doublespeak and bureaucratic double talk. I mean, I just couldn't believe it. You remember, right, when he suggested that the reason criminal prosecution wasn't directed at Hillary Clinton's email scandal because she was careless and unsophisticated. Remember that? She was just careless and unsophisticated, and according to Comey, based upon that ruling of the law, that there was an intent, and they couldn't find intent as it related to the email scandal, supposedly, and it was just the fact that they were unsophisticated and careless. And that's all there is to it. I mean, what a precedent being set, man. And that's why you've got the Department of Justice doing all kinds of stuff right now. Yesterday, I don't know if y'all heard, they issued the new police uniforms. Yeah, the Department of Justice released the police uniforms of Ferguson. You remember the infamous Ferguson riots, Baltimore, D. Ray McKesson, all that crap? Yesterday, the DOJ unveiled their new police uniforms. And you want to know what this is about? This is about giving the United Nations authority over municipal police forces. And that's truly what the driving force behind Black Lives Matter, that's truly the reasoning behind the cop killing and all the destabilization, everything that's happening. This is an attempt at trying to incrementally take away our sovereignty. And I strongly advise each and every one of you to look into the Strong Cities Initiative put forth by the United Nations. The United Nations is slowly trying to take control of your police force, and they are utilizing the guise of police brutality to do so. So I strongly advise you, if you don't believe me, take a look for yourself. Google up Strong Cities Initiative, United Nations. And you know who's helped championing this crap? You know who's helped facilitating this Strong Cities Initiative? This treasonous bastard and his administration that's in power for the next 6 days. All right? This is who has been incrementally robbing us of our sovereignty, incrementally, just doing all kinds of disgusting, despicable nonsense so he could degrade America to a point in which we're almost helpless. Degrade America to a point in which we're almost helpless, and thank God we have Donald Trump running for president, and he genuinely wants to make America great again, and I am glad I have done whatever I have in an attempt to try to facilitate this man to become president. And I'm glad that he's president. I mean, I'm telling you this right now. I want him to be sworn in today. I mean, we still got 6 days of the sick psychopath. He could do anything. He could do anything. This sick bastard. Anyway, this is a Baller Friday free format edition. Very, very good call the last time. Let's go ahead and take some more callers. 563-999-3791 is the number to call. Once again, this is a free format edition. We're going to talk about anything you want to talk about. So let's go ahead and take some more callers. How about area code 817? You're on the horn. What's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm sorry. I hung you up. I thought you were a Helen Keller deaf mute. My bad, man. Try to answer a little quicker next time. My apologies on that. I mean, I hung up the poor guy. Sorry about that, man. Call up. I'll pick up your number again. My apologies. That's my fault. Sorry about that, man. How about 480? What's going on this Baller Friday?
Hi there, Ghost. I was just curious. Do you happen to know that Sheriff Joe Arpaio lost his re-election by any chance?
Do I know if he did?
Yeah, because he actually lost, and now he's just, sort of wandering around here in the desert. From your opinion,
he lost, so he's kind of wandering around in the desert.
Well, he really has nowhere else to go, really. I mean, I think it's time for the home from him. But I was just curious if you think if it's a good idea for Donald Trump to adopt him in like some sort of super-duper Mexican crime force.
Super-duper Mexican crime force? I don't think there's a need for a super-duper Mexican crime force. You just got to enforce the laws. I mean, people make believe that Donald Trump is going to, have some kind of goddamn Gestapo, Mexican Gestapo or something, going house to house, making sure there's not illegal Mexicans in there, round them up, and then dump them off. That's not what he's going to do, you dumbasses. All right? What he's going to do is he is going to cut funding for sanctuary cities that are providing safe haven for these illegal immigrants. He's going to enforce the laws already on the books that are not being enforced by this administration by punishing business owners that are employing these illegal immigrants, all right? And then once we do that, the environment, at least the economic environment in which lures these immigrants to come into this country will no longer be there. They will not have a financial incentive to come back or to even stay in this country. They'll go back by themselves. As a matter of fact, they're starting to go back now because they realize that, hey, man, the jig is up. I'm not going to be able to sit here and make all this money and send it back to Mexico. That's not going to be the way. And not to mention, Donald Trump did allude to this during the campaign, and I think that he might do this, and he should do this. I think that he should ban wire transfers for a limited amount of time from here to Mexico, here to South America, or any of the South American countries. Temporarily stop that for a minute. And the reason is, folks, is because that's another incentive for the illegal immigrants to stay here. That's why they're here. They're here not because they want to live here and stay here forever. They're here because they're making money and sending it back to their family in Mexico who can't make money because in Mexico you're either dirt poor or filthy rich. And that's all there is to it. I mean, right now there's an emerging industrial production revolution happening in Mexico. The problem is that they're going to have to deal with Donald Trump, all right? They're going to have to deal with Donald Trump, for heaven's sake. And in dealing with Donald Trump, there needs to be some certain level of concession. I mean, you can't just take our means of production, put them in your goddamn country, and think that we're just going to let those goods go right back into our country tax-free without any goddamn tariffs. So that's why I'm saying, folks, I mean, you know, if we put enough pressure on sanctuary cities, on businesses that hire illegal immigrants, and prevent wire transfers from America to South America or Mexico, you will see the immigration problem rectify itself within 2 to 3 months. And I'm not even joking. And that requires no force. That requires nobody rounding people up like the damn left said that was going to happen. None of that's going to happen. If you don't provide the financial incentive for the illegal immigrants to be here, they're not going to stay here. They're going to go away. So this is what Donald Trump's going to do. Whoever the hell just called up saying that he needs some super Mexican force. I mean, give me a break, man. Give me a break. We just need to enforce the laws, cut off funding for sanctuary cities, and, temporarily cut off wire transfers from here to South America and Mexico. I'm telling you, that will cripple the whole illegal immigrant situation in this country. It'll cripple it completely. And these immigrants will go back themselves. They'll smuggle themselves back into Mexico and go somewhere else because the gravy train is over in America. I mean, you have to be a citizen now to work here, and it's up. It's over. It's over for them. They got to go back. Anyway, let's continue going here. How about Trump and capitalists? What's going on, man, on this Baller Friday? What do you want to discuss here?
Good evening, everybody. How are you doing on this Baller Friday?
Not too bad, man. A little anxious. I want Obama 6 days to be hurry up and done with. Slowest goddamn 10, 15 days I've ever felt in my life. But other than that, I'm pretty okay. How about you, man?
I'm doing fine. I want to discuss about Obamacare and the reason, and some of the possible reforms we could go over within the next couple of months or years.
Calling the beautifully redesigned 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA simply a four-door coupe is like describing a world-class athlete as just a good runner. With its sleek profile and powerful turbocharged engine, the CLA offers agility and design that are unmatched in its class, and it's available now at an exceptional price. Why drive any four-door coupe when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA? Visit MBUSA.com/CLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
All right, go ahead and do so. And speak up a little bit there, Trump, and I'm just everybody can hear you.
Yeah, sorry about that. My voice is a little shot. I was doing a lot of talking today. First and foremost, as you know, Congress is starting to take the first steps toward repealing Obamacare. So basically, Obamacare is on its way to being done for. The vote's in a couple of weeks, and the problem is that the GOP is saying that they do not have a plan or a backup plan to replace Obamacare when it is repealed fully. So in Donald Trump's plan, the first point of action would be to completely repeal Obamacare, and I completely agree with that. It should be gone, no more. Obamacare is nothing more than a bunch of legal mumbo jumbo, and it's nothing more than basically another tax burden on the middle class. So basically, if you don't get what I'm saying, is that basically Obamacare is like you must have health insurance or you're going to get fined, which is taxed. So it's basically like you must get health care, you must do this, you must do that, and if you don't have it by the end of the fiscal year, if you don't have it by this date, you're going to get fined, and the fines will actually go up year by year. So basically, I agree with the idea of repealing Obamacare, and I think everybody agrees with it too. It's a complete disaster. It's a steaming pile of legislation that should not be here. And basically, there's been a lot of talk of, how is it going to be replaced? What do we do? What's the new plan? And when Donald Trump said back, I believe, in February about getting rid of the lines around the states, I completely agree with that because I've always seen the healthcare market as this. There are some states that have only just a few options, that have very few options, and basically they are like monopolies. Basically, there's only a few select plans you can select from. And because of this, the prices are sky high, and there is no other alternative. So basically, getting rid of the lines and allowing these companies to perform, to give plans out of state, that would actually drive the cost down because you would have one company saying, hey, listen, instead of this plan, let's give you this plan. Now, it might not cover this, and it might not cover that, but it will cover this and that, which we feel is better for you, and your premiums, your rates are going to be this low. And a customer would look from one direction to that direction, and maybe another plan would say, hey, listen, we're not going to cover this, but we will take some of this, and we will cover other stuff, and their prices will be this low. So the good thing
I completely agree with opening up the interstate commerce to removing the state lines as it pertains to the insurance. But what we're going to come to, and I'm telling you it's going to happen, if the insurance can break state lines, how come other industries can't? For instance, if I was to buy a car in another state and I bring it into the state of Texas, I have to pay a tax to bring that car into the state of Texas because that's an interstate commerce law. That's another reason why initially during the marijuana legalization initiative, the reason that marijuana was struck down to be continuously illegal on a national scale when the marijuana activists the last time took it to the Supreme Court said that it's not a substance issue, it's not a narcotics issue, it's a interstate commerce issue, and that by legalizing marijuana, it puts in jeopardy the integrity of the interstate commerce, which provides states autonomy from collecting their own revenues on what goes in and out of their state. So that was the argument during the marijuana law argument in the Supreme Court, was that, marijuana is not necessarily illegal because it's bad for you. It's not necessarily illegal if, because, it has any kind of harsh effects or studies prove that it does actually have health benefits. It's illegal because right now, as it's been defined by the Supreme Court, it's an interstate commerce situation. And that, in my opinion, by breaking up the lines of the insurance companies from state to state, puts into jeopardy on other products that are going to want the same leverage as the health insurance industry. So, in my opinion, by basically taking away the Obamacare law, and look, just because he repeals Obamacare doesn't mean that he's going to repeal the mandate. I mean, that's what really the people that are against Obamacare should be concerned about, is that the federal government mandates that you have health insurance. But aside from that, the interstate commerce situation is going to come into play. What's up?
No, I'm just saying I agree with you. You can continue. I'm just listening in.
No, I mean, and this is why I'm saying, I agree with opening up the state lines so that, insurers can compete, but then the states may pose a lawsuit that jeopardizes the integrity of interstate commerce. And that's an argument that is going to allow the insurance companies to have another special a special situation for them, much like the federal mandate was during Obamacare. So if we make a special consideration for insurances to go beyond state lines, other industries or states themselves are going to petition the court to have their product be able to compete, or have their company able to compete without having to go through interstate commerce taxation or laws. Because remember, each state have their own laws, they have their own taxation, they have their own sovereignty, they have their own independence within the federal state. So this is the new argument that will be put into play, in my opinion, if they decide to repeal Obamacare and allow the states to open up their boundaries to or allow the insurances to compete beyond state boundaries. Do you have anything to add to that?
Well, I mean, I definitely hear your concerns on that. I mean, I know it's an interstate commerce situation. I mean, the problem is that, there is not really much of another plan. I mean, the problem is that there's so much regulation, that there's so much legal mumbo-jumbo. Basically, these insurance companies are basically, getting confined to these areas, and basically they cannot extend to other areas to present their own plan. So basically what you have are basically state and regional monopolies, and basically these monopolies are charging ridiculous rates, ridiculous prices for, drug coverage, emergency room costs. It's ridiculous. I mean, in all honesty, I think that's really the best way to go, unless, you have like health savings accounts.
Well, in my personal view, and I'll come back to you here in just a second, my personal view is why do we even have to have health insurance on the patient side? I mean, patient side insurance makes no sense, because what it does, it forces you to pay per month for some premium, which you're probably not going to take advantage of anyway until maybe 10 to 15, God willing, 10 to 15 years later after paying so much into this insurance system. Now, if you folks have any idea on how insurances work, it's a freaking Ponzi scheme from hell. I'm serious. And why there's insurance on the patient side is the biggest scam of all time. I mean, I understand why the practitioners have to pay insurance, because they're practicing. And that's why I keep telling you folks that take verbatim whatever the doctor tells you. I mean, you understand, folks, that the doctor is practicing on you. That's why legally they have to call their doctor's office a practice. That's why they say, I practice over here. So with that being said, how come they can practice on us, and yet we're forced to purchase a health insurance in which dictates to us that we must be forced for this doctor to practice on us in order for the health insurance coverage to cover our health? It doesn't make any sense. So what I say is this: why don't we just privatize the medical industry completely on the patient side? And the reason I say this, folks, is because the reason we're seeing health costs go up the roof is because we have this system in which we have patient-side health insurance. It makes no sense at all. Now, I do believe in health insurance accounts. I think that's a decent option. But inevitably, folks, we need to hold doctors accountable. And the way we do that is by pure privatization. We need to hold them accountable, because if they don't get people better, people aren't going to spend their money at their practice. And you see, we already have business models like this in the health style industry, in invasive surgical industries. And I've talked about this time and time again. Take a look at the damn plastic surgery industry, or the cosmetic surgery industry is what they call it now. The cosmetic surgery industry, folks, that has been a completely privatized industry. And I remember in the 80s, to get a breast augmentation, a boob job, it was like $25,000. in like 1986, 87, 88. I'm not joking, $25,000. But because of supply and demand, that procedure has not only gotten safer, not only gotten better, not only gotten more innovative, but it's gotten cheaper. And it's because of the supply and demand, folks. And you can get yourself a breast augmentation done now for like $2,500, $3,000. And folks, there is something completely wrong when somebody can go and have a tit job, for a lack of a better term, for $3,000, and somebody who can't have arteries unclogged without dropping $150,000. Or, a tumor extracted without being charged, for Christ's sake. I mean, countless amount. Who the hell knows? 90, 100, 200,000 bucks. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And that's the debate that we that oppose Obamacare and patient-side health insurance should be having. We should be having the debate that the reason that health costs are going up is because of this health insurance patient-side scam. And you see, folks, the way the healthcare system is set up, it is set up to make sure that you are not healthy. It's to make sure to keep you sick. Because you see, folks, and I know that many of you all have gone to the doctor and know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's say you're not feeling good. You go to the doctor. What does the doctor do? They give you this BS general practitioner nonsense procedural crap that, of course, they're not going to find nothing. So what do? Well, we're going to have to send you to a specialist. Let me go ahead and send you this specialist here. They write you a freaking, some kind of referral. They send you to the specialist, and what happens? The specialist does his thing and either sends you to another specialist, sends you back to the doctor with the specialist report, and then the doctor sees it and says, well, we need you to send you to another specialist. Folks, they're just trying to make money off you, all right? Your general practitioner is making money off you through the referral to the specialist. The specialist is making money off you by billing your insurance company for the actual specialist activity or the test or whatever, and this is the ever never-ending cycle of health insurance and health care in this country. There is no incentive to make anybody better. That's why we're getting sicker. We're getting sicker because our health care system is created to make sure that we're sick. It's not incentivized to make sure that we're better. And if we were to create a privatized health insurance industry, aside from the cost going down of health care, but we could hold each and every one of these practitioners accountable because we could have referrals of our own. We could have our own reviews online. We could have our own word-of-mouth suggestions. Because, let me tell you, if a doctor helps me get me better, if a doctor helps me cure me of an ailment, I'm going to be in debt to that doctor aside from what I paid him or her to get me better. I'm going to send my family over there. I'm going to send my friends over there because I love my family. I love my friends. I want them to be taken care of, just like I was taken care of. And you see, that incentivizes a doctor, a practitioner, a surgeon, whoever, to make sure that what they're doing is actually helping the human body. So that's why, folks, this Obamacare nonsense, it's gotten everybody sick. Everybody's gotten a lot sicker within the past 8 years. And in my personal view, I think it's a damn shame that some skankosaurus slutbag can go to a damn cosmetic surgery, have invasive, because that's invasive surgery. I mean, they're cutting you open. They're taking fat out of you. They're putting freaking plastic inside of you. I mean, an invasive surgery like a tit job for under $3,000, and somebody who needs a life-threatening surgery that is now common, folks. I mean, it is common to have bypasses. It is now common to have tumors extracted. I mean, every one of us is going to have it. So that means the market is never ending. Why is it that a damn cheap slutty bimbo can get a goddamn chit job for less than $3,000, but when we get sick, our insurances are charged $100,000, $150,000 plus? It's because it's a scam, folks. It's a goddamn scam. That's what Obamacare is. That's what the health insurance, at least the patient side health insurance is, and that's what we need to be fighting for. Now, people will ask, well, Ghost, what about the people who can't pay? What about the people who can't pay for health insurance? Well, if we privatize health care, the subsidies to help those that can't pay for their own health, it's going to be cheaper than what's going on now, because the Medicaid and Medicare system that we have, it is also the same scenario as our insurance system that we have. They want to make sure that they can run all the tests. They can run they want to make sure you're sick. They want you to come back because they keep billing the government. They keep billing Medicaid. They keep billing. They keep billing. They keep billing. And you see, when you don't have insurance involved in the factor of health care, all you have is a menu of options. A doctor will have a menu of options. A surgeon will have a menu of options and a price next to that option. And if you can't afford it, I don't think not only the government can help you, but what about nonprofit organizations? What better charity than to save somebody's life? To provide the monetary, the monetary. The money necessary, excuse me, I'm having a brain fart there, the money necessary to put up for the surgery. Everybody's talking about breast cancer, and I don't know how much money breast cancer research and those stupid nonprofit organizations have generated. Just imagine had we had privatized health insurance and all that money with all those save the titties and save the boobies and all this other ridiculous nonsense. All the sale of this could have gone to actually pay for surgeries for people, actually pay to help people to save their lives. And that's why I'm saying, folks, why aren't we talking about this, man? Why aren't we talking about a straight, just privatized health insurance industry, man? We have the model. We've seen it done before. It's done in the cosmetic surgery industry. It's done in the eye industry. Look at the innovations that have been done in the eye industry, man. We have gone from wearing glasses to wearing contact lenses to wearing disposable contact lenses to LASIK eye surgery, folks. And let me tell you, I have known of many people that have taken this LASIK eye surgery thing, and it's worked wonders. I'm talking people who have thick-ass glasses out here, have this surgery, are seeing better than I do. And I don't wear glasses. So what I'm saying is, what caused that innovation of the eye industry? Supply and demand. And the fact that the eye industry is a private it's a private industry. You want the badass glasses, you're going to have to pay. You want the badass thick frames, you're going to have to pay. You know what I mean? You want the badass glass. You have to pay. You got to pay for this stuff. Same with the cosmetic dental industry. Look at what they've done there. And you see, you look at the cosmetic surgery, you look at the eye industry, you look at the dental industry, and you take a look at all these innovations, and yet our health, which, folks, we're all going to get sick. This idea that there's not enough money to be made in privatized medicine is garbage. We're all going to be sick. We all need a doctor. We're all going to need to go out and say, hey, I need some help. Tell me what's wrong with me. Can you get me better? We're all going to need that. The goddamn market is unlimited. And I think that at this point in time, you want a better health care system, take health insurance out of it. And a damn federal mandate for health insurance, that goes to show you, folks, that didn't help one bit. It hurt more than anything. Because why? The government forced a monopoly on the people at the barrel of a gun, because that's what the government does. It's got us at a barrel of a gun to our head saying, if you don't purchase health insurance, then we are going to put you in jail. We're going to fine you. We're going to make sure to make a lesson out of you. All this because they're, quote, trying to protect your health. What a joke. So that's why I'm saying, folks, I am a big proponent of privatizing the entire medical industry. Because if you privatize the medical industry, we could bring down the cost of having unclogged of arteries. You know, a weekend procedure, in and out procedure for like $2,500, $3,000. And $2,500, $3,000 is not going to set people back like $100,000, $150,000. And for you folks that are asking yourself,
well, Ghost, how can you have an in-and-out procedure when you're unclogging arteries in the heart? I mean, don't they have to break open the chest cavity and all that?
No, they don't. We have technology now, folks. You need to look into the Da Vinci machine, the Da Vinci robot. This is a procedure in which they put two rods into your rib cage, in the spaces of your rib cage, and they actually go into your heart through a tube and very small incisions, and they end up unclogging these arteries in a very simple procedure utilizing robotic technology. Now, you still have a surgeon, but the surgeon is utilizing robot hands and robot precision to be able to unclog these arteries without having to crack open the chest cavity and the sternum to be able to gain access to the heart. Now, why exactly is Da Vinci not in every goddamn hospital in America today? Because there ain't no demand, baby. There ain't no demand. And why isn't there any demand? Because the damn insurance is only going to pay so much for a heart procedure, and the amount of money the Da Vinci right now, because there's not that many produced, the amount of money the Da Vinci cost does not compute with the amount of money that they're going to make per surgery. All right? So that's why I'm saying, folks, this is the kind of thing that we need in our health industry. There should be no reason why somebody has, you know, maybe some heart pains and they got to go have a bypass and they you know, have their lives saved, their chest cracked open, and yet they're in debt about $150,000. There should be no reason for that. When you've got skankosauruses out here getting boob jobs for $3,000 or less. And let me tell you, I think that would be a great day in human history, at least in America, if we privatized health insurance and we would see the genuine liberal doctors. And I'm talking real liberal doctors. Remember when liberals wanted to help people? Remember that? Remember when liberals cared? You know, whatever happened to them people? You know what I'm saying? I mean, remember, you know, these doctors without borders, you know, people that, like, you know, are selfless, you know, they sacrifice themselves, they live their liberalism. What happened to those assholes? But anyway, true liberal doctors would, you know, make their own prices. And they would be like, I mean, even if they wanted to be a humanitarian doctor, they could call their own prices very low. They could get people to sponsor, these procedures for people that are disadvantaged. I mean, I can go on and on. You could get financed. I mean, just imagine getting financed to get your goddamn heart unclogged. It's a hell of a lot easier to pay a $3,000 loan than it is $150,000 in a damn health goddamn bill. So anyway, listen, I didn't mean to get off on this tirade about healthcare, folks, but it's time we start talking about privatizing healthcare completely. And we have models that show that if we privatize health and we keep it privatized, the innovation of supply and demand will bring us more and more healthier alternatives, healthier therapies, healthier surgeries. Anyway, folks, this is why I'm saying this Obamacare was a big joke, and as far as I'm concerned, anything affiliated with the government as far as health is concerned is going to continue to be a big joke. And as far as repealing and replacing Obamacare, they can repeal Obamacare all they want to. I want that mandate gone. I want that mandate gone. And the reason is because what that mandate is it is forcing young, healthy people right now who don't even have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, who don't even have economic opportunities out here, who don't even have job security. You're forcing these young people to pay these exuberant amounts of money for health insurance so that those high insurance rates can offset the old, the sick, and the uninsured. What a bunch of crap. I mean, what are the youth? I mean, what incentive does the youth have anymore to even go out and become a capitalist? Seriously, man, the government has made it so hard for a aspiring entrepreneur, aspiring capitalist to be successful out here. Aside from the lack of economic opportunity, aside from the lack of goddamn job security, I mean, you have these poor kids being forced to, like, pay for exuberant amounts of health insurance to offset the sick, the old, and the uninsured. And on top of that, folks, the majority of those youth that are paying those high premium costs, they also are in debt tens of thousands of dollars because of goddamn college. So, I mean, excuse the hell out of me if I have a little bit of compassion for these young people, okay? I know they're stupid. I know they're dumb. I know they're self-centered. I know they're egotistical. I know that they're I, me, I, my. But God damn it, it's because of these stupid baby boomers that made them this way. And I still have compassion for these kids. I still have compassion for these young people, man. What's wrong with you old people, man? What's wrong with you baby boomers? Do you know what you're doing? Do you realize what you've done to your children? I can't believe you people. How could you? These are your kids. These are your children. How could you? How can you wake up every morning, you old pieces of crap, and look at yourself in the mirror and call yourself an adult, call yourself a productive member of society when you've done this to the youth of this country? How could you? That's why I'm saying, all you young people out there, you need to get out of this goddamn me, I, my crap. Because that is what's hypnotizing you into your own subjugation. I mean, your parents, you know, and let me tell you, I'll say this from firsthand knowledge. Your parents could easily, back when they were your age, get a part-time job and be able to pay for a very small little crappy apartment, a little small Pinto car, and still have enough money to be able to pay for college. Now that's opportunity, isn't it? And what do you have, young people? You don't have dick. You don't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? You don't have nothing, and you know what these older people have done? They have given you nothing, and they have bamboozled you, have hypnotized you into liking it. They've hypnotized you into liking it. As long as you got your video games, as long as you got your cartoons, as long as you got your freaking basement, whatever, you're loving this subjugation. And it's time for some of you young people to take your heads out of your ass and start realizing that, hey, no one is out here in favor of me. No one out here in this world cares about me, so I got to care about myself. And look, man, I'm sorry to break down reality to many of you young people who actually believe, and look, maybe your parents do love you. And you want to know how your parents love you? I'll tell you how your parents love you. When they want you to be better than they were, and they don't hate you for it. When they want you to be better than they were, and they help you to get that. When they want you to be better than they were, and they gave you a college fund when you were 18, or left you a property, or did something, for Christ's sake, man. So that's why I'm saying, folks, all right, it is time to spit on these old people. I'm not joking around. I'm talking to you young folks. I'm talking to you people even under 50 years of age, because I'm telling you this right now, this older generation screwed you all. I mean, screwed you all. I mean, raped you in the anal passage with no Vaseline. And that's why I'm saying, as far as I'm concerned, I'd spit on, if I were you young people, I would spit on the baby boomer generation. Because they're what has put you in the current bondage that you are in, the current lack of economic opportunity that you are in, the current situation in which you have to pay $60,000 to $70,000 to get a goddamn degree just so that you can see if you can go to work.
Calling the beautifully redesigned 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA simply a four-door coupe is like describing a world-class athlete as just a good runner. With its sleek profile and powerful turbocharged engine, the CLA offers agility and design that are unmatched in its class, and it's available now at an exceptional price. Why drive any four-door coupe when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA? Visit mbusa.com/CLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
It's ridiculous, folks. It's utterly ridiculous. Anyway, look, I didn't mean to get off on that tirade about that. I just am very, very adamant and very passionate about that particular issue, because I believe, and I've said this for some time at this point, we need full privatization of the healthcare industry. And on top of that, we need full privatization of the education industry as well. Because I find it unbelievably mind-boggling that we aren't helping to facilitate the best teachers in the world by ingratiating them with the appropriate salaries necessary so that they can educate as many kids as they possibly can. I mean, we want the good teachers to be out here educating the students, educating the students that have high intellectual potential. But instead, no. What do we have? We have an education system out here. We have an education system out here that is basically trying to hypnotize the youth into becoming institutional. Institutionalized, I should say. And what do I mean by that? Folks, when you go to the public education system, what they're trying to do is they're not trying to make you better. They're not trying to give you information to make you a better person, to be an independent person, to be an individual person. No, they're teaching you how to be a part of a system. They're institutionalizing you to be a part of a system. So once you get out of the school system, you'll be a part of the collegiate system. Or maybe you had a baby as a teenager, and now you're a part of the child support system, which in turn you're going to have to get child support from your significant other, which will bring you a part of the justice system. And let's say, you're out there trying to feed your kid, you do some, drug dealing. Well, now you're a part of the criminal system. And once you, go do your time and you're in the prison system and you get out of the prison system, you're in the probation system or the parole system. You understand this? It is nothing more than a systematic attempt at institutionalizing America. And if you take a look at the product in which public education system has produced for the past 20 years, they've done exactly that. I mean, what did I read? 1 out of 4 youths under the age of 29, I believe, or 27. I forgot which age it was, 29, 27. 1 out of 4 have been incarcerated, all right? And that's not black youths. That's not Hispanic youths. That's all youth. All American youth. 1 out of 4 has been incarcerated. So they've institutionalized our children very well, haven't they, folks? They've institutionalized our children very well, because all our children want to do now is be a part of systems, right? And let me tell you, after they get out of the criminal system and they're a part of the parole or probation system, they can't find a job in the private sector. What do? They become a part of the welfare system. You know, they become a part of the Obamacare system. Do you understand? And you want to know why this happens? You want to know why the bureaucrats construct this kind of systematic institutionalization of bureaucracies? Because, folks, they want to be the ones with the economic opportunity. They're the ones that want the job security indefinitely. They're the ones that want the retirements indefinitely once they retire when they're old pieces of trash. And that's what it's all about. That's what this is all about. And as far as I'm concerned, folks, we need to break the chains of bondage of institutionalization. I mean, and I'm talking about you young people that listen to me on a consistent basis, your modus operandi, your prime directive should be to become an independent individual, an independent person that isn't dependent on any system. Because you want to be a true free person? I mean, just cut the ties of systems. Cut the ties of institutionalization. Cut the ties. I mean, folks, I'm an independent businessman myself. I trade stocks. I've got brick-mortar businesses. I mean, I do a variety of different things to generate capital. I'm not a part of any system. I'm not a part of any system except the capitalist system. And the capitalist system is not a bureaucratic system. It is an economic system. An economic system which enables the social organization of mankind to progress forward like no other system in world history. And that's why I'm a capitalist, folks. I'm a capitalist because capitalism gives the individual the opportunity to use their own ambitions, their own creativity, their own innovation, their own mental prowess to carve out their own destiny, to do whatever it is that they want to do out of their own free will. And that's why I love capitalism, folks. And that's why it's capitalism or death. Anyway, folks, let me continue on here. We are now in the third and final hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. Before we move on to anything else, once again, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And once again, we're live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, if you have not done so, please follow me on Twitter. The Twitter name to follow, folks, is PoliticsGhost. All one word, no underscores. PoliticsGhost is the name to follow, folks. Anyway, before I get to Radio Graffiti, I want to talk about a couple of things here before I get to Radio Graffiti. One of the things I want to talk about is this utter disgusting racial politics that is continuously being agitated by this administration. Now, one of the things I want to discuss is that this wet foot, dry foot situation that Barack Obama revoked as far as a law is concerned. For the longest time, the United States had this policy, it's called wet foot, dry foot. If the Cuban refugee happens to either swim aboard or once they're on land in America, the Cuban immigrant automatically has some level of citizenship. Now, why is that? Because the Cubans stick together out there in Florida and are political, and that's why they got that, that particular law enacted just for them. But because the Cubans did not vote Democrat this past presidential cycle, Barack Obama has revoked the dry foot, wet foot policy by the United States of America. I mean, unfreaking believable. Unfreaking believable. And on top of that, folks, I don't know if you've heard this as of late. I retweeted this yesterday. Barack Obama and the U.S. Mint have decided to mint out this year's latest gold coin because, believe it or not, the U.S. Mint does mint gold coins for all the gold coin collectors out there and those that are coin investors or gold investors. And it's typically 1 troy ounce, and we always discuss how much a troy ounce is going for. So the U.S. Mint and the Treasury unveiled their new gold coin that portrays Lady Liberty as, quote, a woman of color. Yeah. They are now changing the race of Lady Liberty. How nuts is this race hustling and this racial politics going? I mean, Lady Liberty, a woman of color, and when I'm looking at the coin, folks, I mean, how racist can you get? I mean, what is black now? What is a woman of color now? Because what it seems to me that they put a woman with, like, you know, Janet Jackson from Poetic Justice braids in her head that is tied back, which I don't know how racist you can get with that. You have it looks like an over-embellished nose and lips, which you couldn't, didn't people used to get in trouble for that because it was racist? Because, you know, I'm just saying, man, every time these liberals try to claim they're not racist, they do something like this that's blatantly racist. This is a gold coin. It's not as if they made sure that the Lady Liberty character or the face on the coin was brown. You know what I mean? Then we would understand, oh, yeah, it's a woman of color. But no, they made Lady Liberty look like Aunt Jemima. Give me a goddamn... Jesus Christ. What's next? We're gonna make the Tooth Fairy now a woman of color, for Christ's sake? Are we gonna make the Tooth Fairy a woman of color? Oh my God, man! What are we gonna do now? We gonna make Black Santa Claus now? Is that what we're gonna do? Are we gonna put Santa Claus in blackface now? What else are we going to do? Are we going to make the Easter Bunny a black bunny now? Is this what we're going to do? This is going insane. This is going insane, for Christ's sake. Oh, my God, man. This is just going insane. I'm not joking around. This is just insane, man. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. What's next, man? What's next? We can't, we can't write on white paper anymore, huh? Because of white privilege. Is that what we're gonna do, huh? Jesus Christ. And look, people are already tweeting at me. They're like, you know what? You're too late, Ghost. There's already a black Santa. Look at this crap. Are you kidding? This damn racial politics. Race hustlers. Damn it. I'm tired of this racial politics. I'm tired of this crap. What's next? I don't know. What the hell is next, folks? What is next? What the hell is next? Give me the mic. There's Black Jesus now. We got Black Jesus going on. Black Jesus. Why don't we just put Black Mohammed? How about that? How about a Black Allah? How about that? How about a Black David? How about that? A Black David. How about a Black Hare Krishna? How about that? How about a Black Fat Buddha? How about that? got? How about a fat black Buddha, for Christ's sake, man? When is it going to end? When is it going to end, black folks? I mean, just a tidbit, and then I'm going to move on to radio graffiti. You black folks, with all due respect, back during the presidential tenure of President Monroe, gave you all an opportunity to go back to Africa, which he and the government paid for and gave you a ship to go for and go to Africa. And with all due respect, when the slaves that were freed and that were sent back to Africa, when they arrived in Liberia, do you know what the black slaves of America did to the natives of Liberia? They enslaved them! They used them as slaves, for Christ's sake, man! And folks, that strife between the native Liberians and the transplanted slaves from America back in the 1800s, that battle still wages on today. That battle still wages on today. So as I stated, folks, I mean, this is just getting way and way just ridiculous. I'm tired of the goddamn race hustling. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the race hustling. I'm tired of all this nonsense. And listen, for you black folks out there, I mean, instead of you all blaming the white man, instead of you all blaming the man, the government, society, you need to look at yourselves in the mirror, because as I stated, and I will continue to state, who are your leaders? Who are your black leaders? And I'll tell you who they are. They're either homosexuals, like Don Lemon, a lot of the blacks in the Washington Post and the New York Times, a bunch of effeminate gay black men. If it isn't them, it's light-skinned blacks like old Barack Obama, like Cory Booker, and all these other light-skinned blacks, with all due respect, don't necessarily understand the plight of the dark-skinned blacks. And the reason I bring this up, folks, is because this is a blatant wedge. It is a blatant wedge within the black community. I mean, go on World Star Hip Hop. They make fun of this stuff all the time. Light skins make fun of dark skins, and dark skins make fun of light skins. And when you have that kind of schism within the community, how then can the black community believe that some mulatto like goddamn Barack Obama is going to give them 100% of his loyalty? I mean, hey, black people, action speaks louder than words. And what has happened to you as a community under Barack Obama? You have been thrown back 60 to 70 years economically, socially, and politically. And the only people that have been keeping you down is you, because you blindly, even though the politics and the economics and the social ramifications of this president has slapped you upside your stupid faces, you insist that this man is black and gave your undying loyalty to this piece of trash, and as a result, you're in even more dire straits as a community prior than to this man being president. And this is supposed to be a black president. I mean, black people, wake up, all right? Wake the hell up. You want people to have respect for you. You want people to have respect for your ideas. You want people to have respect for the idea of black strife, the idea of slavery, that sort of thing. Don't be so stupid, all right? And you are stupid at this point in time. You have got egg on your face, black folk, by electing this stupid idiot mulatto, all right, twice. And all he has done is taken, for a lack of a better term, a dirty yellow bubbly piss on you. And all you can do is look back at him with a yellow smile about it, asking, please, can I have some more? And the actions of you speak louder than words. I mean, look at what you're doing. Instead of acting the way Malcolm X preached, in self-preservation, in owning black businesses, and making sure that black neighborhoods spent their money in black businesses and black neighborhoods and trying to gain some level of black integrity, you people are doing the complete opposite. You people are doing the complete opposite. So as far as I'm concerned, you black folks are losing. You are losing your stature of continuously going to the race card for everything at this point in time. The race card is literally burning right before our very eyes. And at some point in time, that whole racial strife narrative that many black people have fell back on is going to fall on deaf ears. It's going to fall on deaf ears. And as a result, who's going to take the brunt end of not understanding, or at least not having society understand the black strife? You. So with that being said, black folks, wake the hell up! Wake up and stop being goofed by a bunch of freaking fruit bowls, by a bunch of light skins, and a bunch of white people in blackface. Wake up, black people, you Jesus Christ, wake up and take the Sean King Talcum X head out your ass and start realizing the true contradictions, the true hypocrisy within your own goddamn community. Take a look in the mirror and self-reflect for once, God damn it. Wake up, black people, God damn it, wake up. Jesus Christ, wake up. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. I mean, wake up, black people. I mean, look at what's happened. What is black culture today in contemporary America? Rap and hip-hop culture. A culture that wasn't even created by black people. And yet, you folks out there in the black community embrace this degeneracy. I mean, this open celebration of degeneracy, because that's what rap and hip-hop is anyway. Let's be honest. It's a celebration of degeneracy. You take it and correlate it with black culture. When black people, rap and hip-hop was created by white and Jewish people. Do you understand that? Rap and hip-hop was created by white and Jewish people. I mean, I don't know how many times I got to tell you this, morons. You know, the first rap to be heard on record, to be heard in mainstream, was by Blondie at the end of the song Rapture. All right? That was the first time. All right? Second time, you know who really brought rap into flourishing? The Jewish Beastie Boys. Huh? Yeah. The Jewish, y'all remember that? Huh? Brass monkey, that funky mom. Do you understand what I'm saying? And not to mention, folks, who started this NWA gangster rap era, if you will? A Jewish man by the name of Jerry Heller was the financier and the mastermind behind Ruthless Records, who ended up producing NWA. Who was the mastermind behind Death Row Records? The Jewish man by the name of Jimmy Iovine. And not to mention, Jimmy Iovine continues to control the rap and hip-hop culture of today. All right? So that's why I'm saying, folks, that's why I'm saying it's time to wake up and it's time to start realizing what's going on here. And what's going on is that you folks, you black folks out there, y'all have been bamboozled. And not to mention, not only are you being bamboozled by white and Jewish elitists, but you're being bamboozled by black sellout Uncle Tom ass mother effers that are selling you out for $1, and what they're selling you is degeneracy as the norm. I'm talking the Dr. Dre's. I'm talking Snoop Dogg. I'm talking Ice Cube. I'm talking all these dumbass gangster rapper idiots that have marketed your demographic degeneracy, and the blacks have encapsulated themselves and embraced themselves in it since the damn inception of gangster rap itself. So that's why I'm saying, folks, I think people need to realize what exactly is going on here. And what's unfortunate is that because the general black person that is raised in the ghetto, because they're not properly educated because of a broken education system, this makes them very susceptible and easy to be manipulated by these characters like Barack Obama, like Cory Booker, like Sean King, like DeRay McKesson, like Rachel Dolezal, like the effeminate gay black males in the Washington Post and the New York Times and so on and so forth. I mean, this is why these people can be manipulated. So anyway, folks, that's why I'm trying to tell you people, and I'm talking to you black people, wake the hell up. And if you want to get mad at me for it, call me a honky and I'm a cracker-ass cracker and I'm a racist, well, as long as it lights a fire under your ass to do something, I don't care what you call me. But you all are looking stupid, and y'all are looking more and more stupid as a whole as days go by. All right? So I hope that maybe you hear me, you're like, man, screw that motherfucker, man, it's racist, man. Screw you, Ghost, you racist motherfucker. Well, fine. Call me racist all you want to. Do something about it. Why don't you do something about it instead of listening to gangster rap and buying gangster rap all the time? And you know what the funny part about it is? You black folks, you go out and you make these hood-ass gangster rappers rich. And what do? They flash their gold and their money in your faces and then claim to be that they're in the same hood as you. I mean, it's just a mockery, man. I can't believe that you people accept this stuff. It's a mockery. I mean, they're flashing the money that you gave them in front of you like, yeah, baby, look at this, baby. Yeah. But you know what? I'm still hood, though. Anyway, folks, let's just get on with the broadcast, all right? And I'm talking about getting to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast, and I'm talking about Radio Graffiti! That's right, folks, Radio Graffiti, the part of the broadcast where the spectators become a part of the spectacle. All you got to do is give me a call right now, and the lines are filled, folks, so be patient. All right, 563-999-3791. And when I call on your area code, you've got exactly 3 to 4 seconds to say whatever it is that's on your mind. That's why we call this Radio Graffiti. All right? Now, without any further ado, let's just go ahead and get to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast. Wait a minute. Before I do that, I want to remind everybody, for the past couple of days, it's been a very, very bad Radio Graffiti. And I have been livid. As a matter of fact, my voice has been taking a toll because, you people have been getting me pissed off. You've been getting me angry. And I would just like to say, before I get into this Radio Graffiti, to please just stop. All right? Give me a goddamn break. It's a Baller Friday. Why don't you just give me a goddamn break? Because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know if I can take any more of the crap that I've been taking ever since Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, up to now. I got a lot of pressure. I got a lot of things to think about. You got 6 days left of this mulatto. You got an internal civil war happening between the Trump camp and the CIA. You got dumbass celebrities trying to inspire civil unrest and violence and killing cops. I got to worry about the markets. I got to worry about the goddamn. I got all this crap. All this crap. Anyway, folks, all right?
Calling the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA simply a compact SUV is like describing a cathedral as just 4 walls and a ceiling. The GLA is both a beautiful work of design and one of the most functional SUVs in its class, and it's available at an exceptional price. Why drive any compact SUV when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA? Visit MBUSA.com/GLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Outside the office, you exercise, eat right, but being healthy shouldn't stop when you sit down at your desk. People say sitting is the new smoking. But what can you do? Check out VeriDesk, the original and easiest way to stand and sit while you work. It's simple and height adjustable with no assembly or new office furniture required. Find the size that's perfect for your desk at veridesk.com. Stand, sit, feel better. Go to veridesk.com and work the way you live. VeriDesk. Work elevated.
Anyway, let me just calm down. Let me just take a couple of deep breaths here. Hey, let me go ahead and take a swig of this here, all right? Let me take a swig out here. And before I get to this Radio Graffiti, I want to say cheers once again to the Inner Circle, cheers to the Capitalist Army, and cheers to the Trump train, baby. Cheers, baby, cheers. Very, very good stuff, folks. Now, without any further ado, do we have any goddamn Radio Graffiti callers, engineer? All right. Well, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to Radio Graffiti right now. All right, who we got going on here? How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
My name is Cleveland Brown, and I...
All right, we've got enough of that. How about 215 Radio Graffiti?
Hello, Ghost. It's Eeyore again. Happy Friday the 13th. As you may have heard earlier, I now have a pair of balls on my chin. You'd be surprised where I got them from. You see, you're always going off about how much of a man you are. So I snuck into your house while you were sleeping and pulled down your pants to look at your balls. I couldn't find any on you, but I kept looking and found a very small pair in your wife's purse. So I glued them onto my chin. I also found the engineer's autograph in the crack of your wife's tits and a hard hat and a pair of overalls on the floor beside her. I think it's time you know your place.
Yeah, that's great, Eeyore. It sounds like you're having a goddamn fanfic thinking about all this garbage, for Christ's sake. And, you know, there's something wrong with who you are, definitely, if you're out here wanting to put a pair of balls on your chin, for Christ's sake. I mean, Jesus Christ. Go back to the drawing board with writing that bit there, Fruit Bowl. How about 443 Radio Graffiti?
Number 9 large, number 6 extra dip, number 7, 2 number 45, scored with butter, and of course, a large hambo for Christ's sake. 2 number 9,
Listen to me, man. I'm not going to take this today, man. I will end this damn broadcast. All right, seriously, I'm not in the mood today. I haven't been in the freaking mood. I'll tell you, man. I haven't been in the mood. 661 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, I just wanted to say, man, I'm really supporting Trump's attempt to clean up Washington. I just wanted to say, since you're all washed up, I figured you'd help him out.
And that was your prank? You're all washed up? You'd help him out? I mean, give me a freaking break. Why don't you go and put your father on the phone so I can tell him what type of fruity McFagin crap popped out of his nutsack and out came whatever human specimen you call yourself in the mirror, you son of a bitch. 810 Radio Graffiti.
Singy and the ghost, Singy and the ghost. One is retarded, the other's your host. Your Hamburg, Texas man, the special again. The Singy, they're NG and the ghost, 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 ghost.
All right, we get it. And listen, people are still, like, tweeting at me boogie pictures, for Christ's sake. Where are you all getting this? I mean, look, let me tweet this boogie picture, this fat jelly-ass bastard, and then he wants us to feel sorry for him because he's got Obamacare. Look at this right here, folks. I'm going to tweet this picture of Boogie right here. Look at this. This guy is putting Doritos in with Mountain Dew into a blender. And then what? We're supposed to care about this guy because he's fat in the ass? I mean, seriously. I mean, we're supposed to care about this asshole, for Christ's sake? I mean, I tell you, that's God's joke. You know what I mean? I mean, you got people that are literally just dropping dead that are like, of heart attacks that aren't even a quarter of this guy's weight, for Christ's sake, and yet this guy continues to walk the face of the earth. I'm telling you, God is cruel. I'll tell you that right now. God is cruel. This guy, what a piece of trash. Anyway, let's continue going, for Christ's sake, man. How about Anonymous Radio Goddamn Graffiti? Yeah, you're a Helen Keller deaf mute, for Christ's sake. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
Hey Ghost, it's Twilly here. I just wanted to say that we bronies never take the time to thank you for all that you do for us. So we decided to do some viral marketing for TCR on your behalf. I'm just tweeting it to you now, but we managed to get TCR into the top 10 pony videos of December 2016, which has been seen by more than 50,000 bronies. Have a look and let us know what you think.
Oh, man, don't. No, please, no. True Capitalist Radio in the top 10 pony videos. Oh. What am I supposed to say to this crap? What am I supposed to say to this crap? God damn it! God damn it, man! Look, enough of the brony stuff, please, all right? Enough of the goddamn brony stuff, please. Please! Please! Give me the freaking mic. Give me the mic! Jesus Christ, man. Please, man, all right? Please, man! Jesus Christ. 937 Radio Graffiti.
Shut the fuck up. You're a stupid cunt, suck my dick. Shut the fuck up. Stop being a fucking cunt. Shut the fuck up.
You know what? Why don't you shut up, you stupid maggot-munching piece of nipple-clamp-loving, butt-plug-up-the-ass-looking, pedophile, priest-probing, enema-bag-cleaning, whacking off the tribal nudity piece of perverted crap? Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
May I help you?
Good evening, Mrs. Ghost. I'm pretty sure your husband is not satisfying you well enough these days. And a beautiful woman like you deserves much more.
Well, he is. Old Shelly is Hambo now. But I can't just cheat on my husband like that.
Are you going to say no to this?
Oh my gosh! This is the biggest Alabama black snake I've ever seen.
Let me show you the real African fashion. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh.
You goddamn African booty scratcher! God damn it! You goddamn African booty scratcher son of a bitch! You goddamn African booty scratching son of a bitch! God damn it! I freaking hate that guy! I freaking hate that guy! Jesus Christ, god damn it! Freaking African booty scratcher piece of crap trying to harsh my mellow on a damn Baller Friday. Screw you, man. I freaking hate you. Jesus Christ, man. Freaking hate you, you damn African booty scratcher piece of trash. 407 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, wondering if you have any special plans for a Baller Friday Trump inaugural episode next week.
You know what? I think I may be broadcasting during the inauguration. I'm not too sure yet. I'm not sure. I'm definitely going to be Miller timing it, that's for damn sure, because, by God, once it's official, this state, the state of the United States is ours. And I'm talking about the capitalists, baby, all right? I'm telling you, the capitalists are about to take control of the state, and we're about to make America great again. And you will never see America make a complete transition like you're about to see in the year of 2017. This is the capitalist time now. It's our time. And don't you ever forget it, boy. How about 630 Radio Graffiti?
Ban all Cleveland bronies. Ban all Cleveland bronies. Ban all Cleveland bronies.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding, man. I don't know what the hell all this Cleveland crap is, but if it's from the Brony Network, man, shove it up your ass. It's a stupid troll, and you people are idiots. You're just underscoring how ignorant you are in there, unfortunately. All right? How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
Hello there, Ghost. It's Skeletor. Eternia has been taken over by socialism, so now with bureaucratic power, I shall conquer your world.
All right, shut up. Skeletor. Jesus Christ, you know, Skeletor always had a hard-on for He-Man, and he knows it, all right? How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
My name is Cleveland Brown.
Ain't gonna happen. How about 352 Radio Graffiti?
I'm here to kill Cleveland. This here is Scarlet Moon. If he is the next call, then I will shoot that goon. He hogs all the lines up and he is a fruit. I can't get a splice through, he must get the boot. And so if I see him, I will not hesitate to cave his face right in. He's only second rate. Seriously, I'm tired of getting hung up on because of that faggot.
Well, I'm sorry, man. I mean, hey, and you know, Scarlet Moon, it's coming from your brony turf over there, man. So why don't you go tell those tards to stop it? All right, why don't you go tell those clopping tards to stop it? How about 423 Radio Graffiti?
Shane is good, Shane in my house, Shane is good, Shane in my house, Shane is good, Shane in my house, Shane is good, Shane in my house.
All right, hey, get that crap out of here for Christ's sake. Come on. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
This is the Theme to Gary show. The Theme to Gary show. Gary called me up and asked if I would write his theme song. I'm almost halfway finished. How do you like it so far? How do you like the Theme to Gary show? This is the Theme to Gary show. The opening Theme to Gary show. This is the music.
All right, that's great. That's just great. How about 817 Radio Graffiti?
Radio Graffiti. I'm going to be a black guy. I'm going to be a trans black on Monday. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to celebrate Martin Luther the King Day. I'm Uncle Bernie. Come on over here. Come on, Uncle Bernie. From the government because I'm
What the hell was that about, for Christ's sake? And you know what? Celebrating Martin Luther the King Day? What, you throw on the Commodores? Is that it? You know? I mean, I don't get it. Anyway, how about Anonymous Radio Graffiti? All right, with this satanic crap. All right, shove it up your goddamn satanic cheese hole. All right. How about 408 Radio Graffiti? I guess you're just playing with your Peter Popper now there, boy. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
This message is in response to the goddamned Cleveland callers calling up on Radio Graffiti. Just want to let you know that it's no Fox or Loco. Neither are the people in the Brony Network chat. It's in fact a third party trying to pull the string of both of us on a fourth floor. Response?
I don't know what the hell that was, but obviously people are getting pissed off about the Cleveland crap, and I don't blame them. It's really stupid. It's really goddamn stupid. 765 Radio Graffiti. Great. Yeah. I mean, you're shoving the phone up your ass. Very good. I'm really proud of you. How about 609 Radio Graffiti?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on?
Oh, hey, I just wanted to ask, you always complain about baby boomers, but ain't you a baby boomer?
Yeah, but so what? I'm an independent businessman. I don't need my son to be living with me and taking care of me when I'm an old bag, for Christ's sake. I could take care of myself. And that's what really the baby boomers are doing. They're trying to subjugate the young people so that they don't do what they did to their parents and throw them in the home. And you baby boomers know you did that to your folks. You threw them in the home, and you saw the abuse that they were getting, and you're like,
when I get old, I don't want that to happen to me. I am going to keep my kid at my place until he's 30 or 45 and take care of me and change my shit bedpans and take care of everything, bathe me, and get the hell out. For free, too, on top of that, just so that you can, they can have a place to sleep on your couch. I mean, it's pathetic what the baby boomers have done. I've got compassion for the young people, all right? Even though they are complete idiots, I still have compassion for them, all right? Jesus Christ. How about 802 Radio Graffiti?
Hey, Ghost, do you think Trump got pissed off when he got pissed on?
Stupid idiot. How about 781 Radio Graffiti?
Hey, Ghost, just wanted to know, how much do you plan on charging for that book on how to control the government? Also, Happy Baller Friday.
Hey, Happy Baller Friday. It'll probably be a digital book, so it probably won't be that much, man. Maybe like $6 or $5 or something of that. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Depends on how much time it takes me. How about 973 Radio Graffiti?
I got myself in, trying to be her buddy, trying to make a woman my friend. But they left again.
All right, I guess we got shit-kicking hick music. That's great. How about 540 Radio Graffiti?
Shiny Pori Radio Graffiti. Yeah, baby, the F truck, baby. You know what I'm saying? F dog truck, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, wait, get that crap. What the hell is that about? Jesus, you racist bastards, man. Good God. How about 909 Radio Graffiti?
Well, look who's coming. Daffy Duck. Hey, Daffy. Give it to me. Give it to me. Oh, you won't, eh? Let's take that. Come back. And a little of this. And some of that. And hey, wait, Daffy. Stop it. That's no putty. What's the big idea, you crazy Daffy Duck? Attacking me? Well, goodbye now.
All right. Yeah, obviously you perverted some sort of Looney Tunes situation there. I'm very proud of you, jerk dick. 661 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, I just wanted to say I'm down here with a small Haitian pizza for a washed-up radio host. I've been down here by the wheelchair ramp for a while.
You think that's funny, making fun of child porn and shit, child pedophilia? You think that's funny?
Whoa, I'm just a pizza delivery man guy.
No, seriously, I'm not joking around. You think that I'm joking with you? You think it's funny to make fun of, like, Pizzagate? You think it's a big effing joke?
I'm just saying it just says washed-up radio host San Antonio, so it's like, oh, that's
listen to me. Hey, faggot, I'm asking you a question. Do you think that it's funny to make fun of freaking child pedophilia?
Like I said, I'm a pizza delivery guy, man. You're dropping some heavy stuff.
Listen to me. I'm not. This is not a troll, you stupid moron. If you don't answer the question, I'm going to say your freaking number out on the air. So it maybe people that are against idiot morons like you that think that it's funny to make fun of child pedophilia, maybe I'll have you, maybe call you and ask you a few questions. Now I'm asking you one more time, and you better fucking answer. Do you think child pornography is fucking something to fucking funny about it? Answer the damn question! Oh, what, your cat got your tongue? What? You better say something or I'm going to fucking say this number right off the goddamn air. You better say something, man. All right, 661-428-2109. This child pornography piece of pedophile piece of crap trying to make freaking Pizzagate references and think it's a big joke. I don't take that as a joke, asshole. And the reason I said your number is because anybody who thinks that it's funny to make fun of child pedophilia, for Christ's sake, well then, by God, somebody should investigate your ass. Somebody should be investigating your ass, for Christ's sake. Let me tell you something. I am a very, very light-skinned person. I guess thin-skinned would be the more appropriate. But I'm a very thin-skinned person as it pertains to child pornography or child pedophilia or anything to that capacity. I am not going to accept that. I'm not going to accept that, and nor should anybody on the internet, for Christ's sake. I mean, in this day and age of goddamn pedophilia and Pizzagate and Satanism and Comet Pizza and all this crap.
Calling the beautifully redesigned 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA simply a four-door coupe is like describing a world-class athlete as just a good runner. With its sleek profile and powerful turbocharged engine, the CLA offers agility and design that are unmatched in its class, and it's available now at an exceptional price. Why drive any four-door coupe when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA? Visit MBUSA.com/CLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
You mean to tell me that you're going to sit over here and think it's funny? That you're going to call up and think that,
yeah, I got a cheese pizza Haitian over here for you.
You dumb son of a bitch. Don't you know that there are actual Haitian children that were caught by some skankosaurus related to the Clinton Foundation? She got busted trying to smuggle children out of the country. Now, why in the hell would she do that? And you got these assholes over here thinking it's a big effing joke. Well, you know what? Fuck you, you dumbasses. You know what? Whoever the hell that guy is, you can thank him for ruining this Baller Friday. I'm not going to sit here and broadcast to a bunch of pro-pedophile pieces of crap. You all can go screw yourselves if you all think that's funny. I'm out of here. Go fuck yourselves. And I hope all of you child pedophile, idiot morons get cancer of the cock, and I hope you all die, all right? Each and every one of you pedophile, pro-kitty porn, pro-child porn crap, I hope you all die and you are justified in your deaths. I'm telling you, anybody that wants to dispense justice with extreme prejudice on anyone who is pro-pedophile, on anyone who is pro-child porn, on anybody who is pro-kitty porn, by God, you are justified in dispensing extreme justice with extreme prejudice on these stupid pieces of lunatic crap that need to be exterminated and systematically eliminated like a goddamn cockroach. I'm out of here. Go fuck yourselves.